Hello, this video is going to focus on dividing decimals with whole number quotients. In this first problem here, you have 77 hundredths divided by 7 hundredths. The first thing you always want to look and see, is there a decimal in my divisor? This is my divisor right here. This is my dividend. Now your goal is to find the quotient. By looking at my divisor here, I notice there is a decimal. Our goal is to first eliminate the decimal and then we can divide. By eliminating the decimal here, we're going to multiply by 100. By multiplying by 100, I'm moving that decimal place 2 places to the right, giving me just 7. Now I have a whole number as my divisor. But if I multiply my divisor by 100, I also need to multiply my dividend by 100. By multiplying by 100, I'm moving that decimal place 2 places to the right, now giving me 77. So my problem is now 77 divided by 7, which hopefully that's very simple for everybody, and that's simply just 11 as your answer. Some problems you might need to do long division. This is something that hopefully you were able to quickly recall, that 77 divided by 7 is 11. Therefore, 77 hundredths divided by 7 hundredths is also 11 as well, and that is all you need to do. For this next problem, again, I have 1 and 38 hundredths divided by 6 hundredths. I notice there's a decimal in my divisor, which is 6 hundredths. I'm going to multiply by 100, moving that decimal point 2 places to the right, leaving me with 6. I'm also going to multiply my dividend by 100 as well, moving that decimal point over 2 places to the right, eliminating my decimal point, giving me the number 138. Now 138 divided by 6, you are going to need to rewrite this, and I'm just going to do long division, but again, you can choose whatever method you would like to show your division. If you want to use partial quotients, you can do that as well. It doesn't matter. You can choose any method that you would like. I notice that 6 times 2 is 12. I'm going to subtract, bring down my 8, and 6 times 3 is 18, and I have no remainder. So my answer to this problem is 23. So that means 1 and 38 hundredths divided by 6 hundredths is also 23 as my quotient. And that again is all you need to do. Notice I eliminated my decimal point and then I divided, giving you an answer of 23. For this next one, we're going to do the exact same thing. I also notice I have a decimal in my divisor. Therefore, I'm going to multiply by 100 to eliminate the decimal point, moving that decimal 2 places to the right, giving me the number 2. If I multiply by 100 in my divisor, I also need to do that to my dividend, moving this decimal point over 2 places as well, giving me 198 divided by 2 as my new problem. Now notice this is where you want to grab your scrap paper, because you're going to need to rewrite this problem and actually divide and do the long division. So 2 times 9 is 18. I'm going to subtract. Now I bring down my 8. And 2 times 9 is 18. And I'm left with no remainder. Notice I rewrote this on the side, just like you should all be doing as well, giving me a quotient of 99. Therefore, 1 and 98 hundredths divided by 2 hundredths is also 99 as our quotient. Our goal here is to always look at the divisor first. Do you see a decimal? If you do, you need to eliminate the decimal point by multiplying by 10, 100, 1,000. That's telling you, are you moving that decimal point over 1 place, 2 places, 3 places to the right? If you do that to your divisor, you also need to do that to your dividend. What you do to one part, you do to the other part, creating a new problem that has no decimals in it. Then you can simply divide. When you are dividing, you might need to rewrite that problem and set up the long division to help you find your quotient. Feel free to rewatch this video at any time on my YouTube channel during today's activities.